Tell us, what is your decision about Georgia?
So I think you got to take a step back and just look at the context of how we've been operating during the closure period. We closed, back in mid-March. And first and foremost, we focused on protecting our employees. And so unique to the fitness industry and really hospitality at large, whether it be retail or anything, any industry where you have zero revenue, most industries have stopped paying their employees. And we took a different approach. And I think it speaks to how we're thinking about Georgia as well, where we have about 65% of our employees still on our payroll. That includes our group fitness instructors and our personal trainers. And so we decided first we're going to protect our people. That was an easy decision. And then we made some of the tough decisions around, reducing to only to essential spending. As we moved through that, we started really focusing on engaging our community and supporting our community. And a lot of that was through our digital efforts. And the reason why I wanted to share that first is, now we've been working on our reopening plan, and we've developed, we created a task force to work on a comprehensive plan supported by our own team of medical experts, some of the foremost experts in infectious disease and epidemiology. And so when you look at the global pandemic, it's really a localized issue. And so as we look to reopen, we'll be working with our team of medical experts to determine what's best, as well as with local government officials. In the case of Georgia, where we're permitted to open today, we've chosen not to, because while we're eager to open, and a lot of our riders that say at SoulCycle are eager to come back, as well as our team, we also have a responsibility to continue to embrace our high standards and not rush to open. And so we're going to take a wait and see approach, and we'll do this in all of the cities that we operate, whether it be in the U.S., Canada, or London. We're certainly going to work with local health officials, but we're also going to work with our own team of experts to determine when it's best to open, and creating the safest environment for our teams, our safest environments for our community of members or riders, as it may be, because we need to create confidence with them that it's okay to come into our clubs and our studios.
That's interesting. I mean, Harvey, we've seen examples where it's been evident your customer base can be vocal about all kinds of different things. We've seen episodes of that in the past. And it sounds like what you're saying is you're going to work on your own practices, but you will wait to hear from them about whether or not they're interested in coming back, and you're just not hearing that yet. Is that true?
Well, we're definitely going to. We're already talking to them, and they are a vocal community, and we appreciate that. It reflects on how we engage and how passionate they are about our brands. And so, we just did a survey this week of some Equinox members, and 74% said they're going to come back when we reopen. 70% were using it right before we closed. So we know there's a strong desire for our community to engage, and they trust us. So they know that we're going to have the comprehensive plan. They know that we're going to take our high standards to another level. They know we're going to be very thoughtful in protecting them and our employees. And we've got advanced things we're doing. We've got basic things we're doing in that comprehensive plan. But we're also talking to our community because we have to consider all of our stakeholders to make the right decision for everybody involved.
Harvey, it's Sarah. Outside of Georgia, how are you managing through this economic shutdown? Are you still paying your employees? Are you still paying your rent?
So, hi, Sarah. Good to speak with you. We are, largely a U.S. company, but with operations in Canada and the U.K., and we continue to pay approximately 60% or 2/3 of our employees. And I'm very, very proud of that because, once again, it's so unique. And that's how we think our employees are the heart of who we are and what we do, and protecting them and taking care of them. I can't tell you how many emails and texts I've received from our employees saying, thank you that I can still pay my rent. Thank you, I can still take care of my sick parent at home who was sick prior to COVID, and I didn't know how I was going to do that. And so we made the easy decision, and we continue to do that. So in the first couple of weeks of closure, and back in March, we paid them in full. We said we'd keep everybody on health care coverage throughout the pandemic. And then starting in April, we went to a reduced compensation. It was minimal, but it was reduced so we can keep as many employees on the payroll as possible. I don't think there's anybody else out doing something like that. And that's been critically important to who we are and our future success. In terms of the essential spending, obviously, we have had to make some tough decisions. It was easy easy decision around employees, but it was a tougher decision on where not to spend money. And so, I think it's out there that we're not paying rent. We have great relationships with our landlords. They want to see us around for a long time. We are an important tenant because of the anchor or amenity nature, whether it be Equinox or SoulCycle. And most of our landlords actually really agree with what we're doing in terms of taking care of our people and are working with us for the future in terms of what we do about the rent issue.